It's your boy Kato here, feeling honored. I'm here with the one and only Boogie FTS, AZ, Israel. What you gotta say, brother?
What up, y'all? Happy to be here, man. It's beautiful out. We just got some good shots at the pier. Shit, man, we coolin', man. This is cool.
Yes, sir. So, this is for my project 2, my photography class. We had to interview an artist statement. And I thought to my head, who's the best photographer artist I know? My boy Boogie. So I had to hit him up. He was down. We made it happen, and we're here today. So I'm gonna ask the questions. What if you can give your work an identity or an aspect of its identity? What would you give it? Like what identity do you give your work?
Okay. I'll say my work is mainly street photography, like documentary photography based, very sporadic. My subjects tend to vary. I usually just hit the street and whatever looks interesting to me, I shoot. But I do like shooting models and, having more planned out shoots. But if I could describe my work in one word, it would be just interesting, random.
I like that. Just, life. Life is sporadic and random. It's a beautiful work of chaos. You can capture it. That's what's up. So, what are some photographic choices? Depth of field, motion, color, balance. What choices do you use to showcase that chaos? The life, the sporadicness.
Okay. To showcase the sporadicness, I really love using flash when I'm out on the street, and a shutter speed of 1/60th of a second, so you can kind of get the motion blur. And I think that just the bright flash with the blur just kind of shows the chaotic nature that you'll find on the streets. I really recently have been playing around with different color. I've been trying to get into black and white. That's been the hardest for me because, if you see someone walking down the street with a bright red dress, you want that red dress to show up in the picture. But I've been trying to use black and white because I feel like it gives off more emotion, I guess I could say. So yeah, and then depth of field. We love a good portrait with a shallow depth of field. I feel like depth of field plays a part, but my main thing right now is shutter speed and bright off-camera flash.
I like that. Yeah, that's what we're learning in class right now. I like the flash because it really isolates your subject wherever it is. That's why I like flash personally. But which images in your portfolio are your favorite? Top 3. You can think of it.
Okay. One of my favorite photos is a guy. It's when the fires in the Palisades just started, and it's the yellow tape, and you see the smoke in the sky, and he's just taking a video or a picture. I feel like that's one of my solid ones. There's one picture that I took in Hollywood of a guy that does tours, and he's walking and he has this red umbrella, and the light is shining through the umbrella, and his face is I don't know. That's one of my favorite. And then another one is this old couple that I seen in Catalina. They're just laying down, catching a tan. I just really love the colors on it. So that's my 3 favorite, but I have so many more.
That's dope. Yeah, you got a bag full of beautiful, amazing photos. And we'll make sure you guys all see the photos he's talking about. And then my next question for you is, what challenges you artistically and technically when it comes to photography?
Artistically, what challenges me is just motivation at times. Sometimes photography can feel mundane, especially when you do it like me. I go out every single day, and sometimes I feel like I'm losing the plot. But something that helps that is just taking a few days to just like study other great photographers and, you know, kind of just like brush up on some more motivation. So that's like my main challenge, just like not being really motivated sometimes to go out and shoot. Technically, my challenge is, I guess this could be both, but just like finances. You know, I really want the Leica Q2 monochrome, but it's $10,000. So I'm like, wow, okay, can't get that right now at least. But yeah, other than that, I feel like that's it. One cool thing about that challenge though is being able to like make do with what you have. When I first started, I was shooting on like $40 film cameras and I was like making pretty good work. So it really taught me that it's not really about the gear.
No, that's what's up. Yeah, definitely those are two that I think a lot of photographers struggle with: motivation and finances, definitely. But it's your artistic expression, and the more you grow, the more your work grows. And I love it how you can get it both ways. You make sure this thing is still going. Okay, Boogie, my last question here for you is, if you can give any advice, any guidance to upcoming photographers or, you know, people that are wanting to become photographers, what would it be?
My first piece of advice would be try your hardest to not compare yourself. In the age of social media, you open your phone and you see a guy and his pictures are just insane, and then you look at yours and you go down this rabbit hole of comparison. But what you don't see is like the 10, 20 years that this person has been shooting and all the hard work that they put to get to where they're at. So I'll say try your hardest to not compare. Your perspective matters. Go out, shoot, and share your work. Show your grandma, your mom, your sister, your other classmates. I feel like that's good just to get your work out there and kind of like get second opinions. Another thing I would say is don't focus on what camera you have. You don't need the $10,000 Leica monochrome. You can really make do with what you have, and it's really not about the mechanics. It's about lighting and the eye that you have and the subject matter. And above all, just keep shooting, never stop. I feel like in this day and age, documentation is just very important. And, you know, 10, 20 years from now, someone will study your photos to see what life was like in 2026. So, yeah.
That's really good. Heed and listen. He's got the sauce. Get back with you. Thank you, Boogie.
Hell yeah, bro.
You, dog.
Appreciate you.
Sir. Oh.
Oh,